Welcome back to another Delphox Cards video. I'm going to continue onward here with the book series, and I'm just about wrapped up. We've got about 5 books left outside of this one, so 6 books total. So the book series, kind of the main reason I started the channel again, is slowly coming to a close, but there'll be future book updates, I'm sure. Not that anyone's clamoring for these videos. I just really have enjoyed sifting through my stuff and seeing what I had. So let's hop into this here. We have small forward number 1. And you know the drill if you've watched any of these before. Just players I like and the ones I deem to be good. So we hop into it as to what I think is the greatest small forward ever to do it, LeBron James. And he's been, I think they overhype his ability to play different spots. Like, he's not a 5, he's not a 1, but he's probably one of the best small point forwards I've ever watched. I think now he's kind of considered to be a power forward maybe in the lineup. I think still maybe small forward, but I got some old, I got some new, and so my LeBron James cards, I must admit I did not always love LeBron when he was on the Heat. I don't know if I have any. Do I have any Heat cards? That's all Cavs. Sorry to go back here, but yeah. I really did not like him when he was on the Heat. Yeah, and I look here. I don't think I have a single LeBron James Heat card, which I do kind of want to fix that, but I really didn't like him in that era. I thought he was kind of cocky, and then he went back to Cleveland, and I liked him in Cleveland, then he left, and then he came back to Cleveland. I loved him, and I've liked him on the Lakers. So, yeah, we get to a guy that I've always enjoyed because my dad did, Larry Legend. Larry Bird is, yeah, he's the hope for us white guys, right? I mean, the Great White Hope. I don't know if that was him, if that was his nickname, but Larry was a phenomenal basketball player. Big work ethic, big drive. That's a very famous picture right there. Again, watch that show with Magic Johnson on HBO Max. I think it was called, it doesn't matter, Showtime or something like that. And they introduce Larry Bird, and he looks at the camera and says, "You already know my name. Yeah, I don't need an introduction. I'm a stud, right?" So, big beast. A couple sweet Larrys there that cracked ice, a couple of the bubbles. So yeah, this is just kind of that's an enjoyable player there, Larry Bird, for me to collect. Scottie Pippen, I got this full mosaic set of, not set, but a lot of Scotties. I like Scottie a lot. Like the Bulls, the 90s Bulls, because of my dad, and yeah, kind of hard not to like him when he's a package deal with MJ. And Scottie was awesome. Maybe a bit of an ego, but I love the medals. Any Fleer medal, I'm in. Olympic, him on the Blazers. I even got Scottie on the Blazers. I don't have a LeBron on the Heat. I'm actually genuinely surprised. I always thought I did, but yeah. A lot of Scottie Pippen. Yeah, to me, he's one of the best ever to lace him up at the small forward position, at least in my eyes, so. Yeah, he had a very, very good career. Definitely Hall of Fame career. And clearly he was good. Everybody knows that. But MJ and Scottie, that is apple pie and ice cream to me. Like those things just go together. So there's a nice Scottie up in the corner. One of my favorite players. Sorry, Dad. No, you hate him. Yeah, not hate, but strongly dislike Melo. I have always liked Melo. Obviously, I got some old cards there from when I was a kid. Always been a Melo fan. I know he's not championship basketball. That doesn't mean he wasn't the coolest, one of the coolest dudes ever, like in this era. One of the coolest guys to lace him up. So, it was very sad when he retired. He kind of retired into the quiet. KD. Though I am not the biggest KD fan, as of late, I've kind of enjoyed his style of play, but man, the snake, man, he just kind of his whole demeanor and everything just is not my personality, and that's okay. I know a lot of people that are fans of him, and that's good too. I will say I like to collect his cards because he's so good, but he's just not my favorite player. You got Dr. J, one of the best dunkers, if not the best dunker of all time. Him and Vince Carter, maybe. There's some other names in there. Another one here, Dominique Wilkins. I got some sweet Dominiques here. Look at that fro. Dr. J with the fro. Yeah, Dominique was he's a good player as well. I kind of forgot about this era of him on the Celtics. But he gets, I think, kind of buried a little bit with how many good small forwards there are. But definitely a very good player. He was always competing in the East. But I really like Neek. He's fun to pick on 2K. And aha! You got Kawhi Leonard. Man, this Kawhi Leonard might be one of the single greatest basketball players on planet Earth. This Kawhi Leonard might be one of the most disappointing basketball players on planet Earth. He was very solid here, but this was a season. So I've always kind of enjoyed Kawhi. He just can't stay healthy. If he could, I think we'd be talking about him as a top 20 guy, top 15 guy ever. I don't know if you could say that now. So maybe if he's healthy. That Raptors run, though, that does a number for his legacy. That was incredible. We got James Worthy. I like this one. Some of these older cards were pretty neat. A lot of nostalgia with these. I would just pour over those. My dad had them when I was a kid. So a lot of Worthy here. And then we get to, this is my guy. And he would be farther up the book, but skill-wise, he wasn't there. But I love Antoine Walker. I think he's maybe considered small power forward, but yeah, he's one of my favorite players ever. And he's from Illinois, so my dad got to watch him play live when he was in high school, when we lived in Rockford. And he told me that story early on. He played with Paul Pierce, Dirk. He played with a lot of guys that I really liked, so he always was on those teams, and I just really like him. Antoine. And he was on the Heat with Wade, so he had a bunch of good seasons there. So, yep. Antoine, little Fleer medal there at the bottom. Really cool. Well, I found that at a card show. Hard not to like him, for me. We're at the 8-minute mark. And I think that's where I'm going to kind of cash this video in. I think if I start the next book already, the video is going to go quite long. So we'll stop it at 8 minutes here today. And yeah, as always, comment down below. Who's your favorite small forward of all time? Who'd you like the best out of this book? Did you disagree with me on any of those players? I love the comments. I literally, maybe I'm a touch obsessive with checking my views and comments. I just love to interact with people on here. Whether I know you in real life or whether I don't, I have a good time. If you comment anything, I had a guy on here kind of offer me some advice on storing my cards, and I really appreciate that. So yeah, anything you want to comment down below, I'm game. I love it. So as always, may the Lord bless you today. Thanks for watching my videos. It means the world. And have a good one.